Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. In my previous videos, I showed you that I played the Badminton Senior World Championships and I received some questions like, how was it playing Hendra Setiawan and Debby Susanto, or how did you organize your travel? So I thought, let's answer some of those questions in this video. How did I qualify? I had to play technically 3 tournaments. It started with the Berlin Brandenburg Championships, so district level. And I had to be under the top 4 players to qualify for the Northern German Championships, so multiple districts level. And then again, I had to reach the semifinals to qualify for the German Championships, and there I also had to reach the semifinals to qualify for the World Championships. Because Germany had 4 spots for the World Championships, and in the semifinals there are 4 players in singles, so that makes sense. But it's not fully true, because you can also play the World Championships if not everyone from the semifinals want to play in the World Championships. Like in this year's edition, only me and one other player who has been to the semifinals wanted to play the World Championships, so Germany had 2 additional spots which were given to players who did not qualify. And also I was able to play mixed doubles in the World Championships, even though I did not play mixed doubles in the German Championships, because there were some empty spaces, empty spots, not used spots. That was cool, because that's why I was able to play Hendra Setiawan and Debby Susanto. In general, Germany tries to give players at least 2 disciplines to play. So if you qualified in doubles and you want to play the World Championships, Germany tries to find an empty spot for you that you play at least 2 disciplines. Was my World Championships participation sponsored by Germany? The answer is no. We had to organize everything by ourselves and pay everything by ourselves. Even the registration fee for the tournament we had to pay. With the organization, it already started being problematic with knowing when to go. Because yes, we knew that the World Championships are from 7th of September to 14th of September, but we didn't know the schedule. We didn't know when men's singles starts, and we didn't know when mixed doubles starts. And also we didn't know whether I have to play the first round of men's singles or mixed doubles. That makes it complicated, because when do you go there? Do you go on Thursday? Do you go on Friday? It can be really annoying, because if you don't have to play on Sunday, the second round of men's singles was on Tuesday, then let's assume you arrive on Thursday, you have to wait Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then you play. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I mean, you can do some vacation beforehand, but you cannot practice properly, so you would most likely not be in the best shape possible for the tournament. And that was another thing which we considered. Like, we wanted to do some vacation, so we were thinking about going a bit early or staying a bit longer. And the problem with going early, I just mentioned. Doing vacation after the World Championships, it's also problematic, because you don't know how long you are in the tournament, right? So what can happen, the tournament starts on Sunday, you play your first round of men's singles, you lose, and you're out of the tournament, assuming you would not play mixed doubles. But it can also happen that you reach the finals, right? The final. I'm not saying that I planned or that I anticipated playing the final, but who knows, right? It also made it difficult to book accommodation, because we were thinking about doing vacation somewhere else in Thailand, for example Bangkok. But when do you book a hotel in Bangkok? Because obviously, as long as you are playing the World Championships, you want to have a hotel in Pattaya. It was really difficult to anticipate anything, because I didn't know who's playing the World Championships. I don't know whether my level is enough to, reach the quarterfinals or whatever. So at the end of the day, we decided to stay the whole time in Pattaya. We didn't go like to Bangkok or some other place in Thailand for vacation, which was a little bit, unfortunate in that sense, but the main objective was the World Championships, so it's alright. How was it playing Debby Susanto and Hendra Setiawan? Short answer, it was super fun. Long answer, they are obviously really, really good, especially in the service situation. Their services are so good, and also their receiving is really good. and they are really good in the flat game, and this combination makes it really difficult to get into the rally. Like when they're serving and you play like a push or something like that, it's really difficult to get the next shot. And when you're serving, I mean, maybe because you're a little bit nervous because you know that they're really good. The first thing was getting into the rally. I think once you are in the rally, it's okay as long as you avoid the flat game. But getting into the rally is actually the difficult part. That's why at some point when they were serving, I was just lifting it so that we avoid the flat game. Once you are in the rally, it's super fun playing them. They were also really nice on court. I wasn't nervous at all because I was like, yeah, okay, what can I do? Debby Susanto Hendra Setiawan, they are obviously much better than me, and I just tried to enjoy every second on court. I think we did really well. Like the first game was over really quick, but in the second game we did a really good job, and yeah, it was a really good experience. How did we organize accommodation? I think the tournament offered 3 hotels which were considered the official tournament hotels, but they were really overpriced, so we decided booking accommodation ourselves. We first booked a hotel which was a little closer to the hall, and a little later, I think on Wednesday or so, we went to a resort which was a little bit further away, but that gave us a bit more of a vacation vibe, so to say. The big advantage when you are staying in a tournament hotel is that there's a shuttle service. I think every hour there's a bus going from the tournament hotel to the hall and vice versa. Going from the hotel to the hall was never a problem. Like, it was really easy to book a bolt, but going from the hall to the hotel was a bit tricky. I think on Tuesday when I played against Hendra Setiawan and Debby Susanto, it was really difficult to get a bolt back to the hotel. I think we had to wait for 40 minutes to get one, which was annoying because it was already super late, and yeah, not so nice for next day's match, but it is what it is. How was it playing in such a big venue? It was super weird in the beginning. Like, one big difference is the sound of your shots. Like, our training hall is really small, so whenever you hit the shuttle, it's super loud. But in such a big venue, you don't hear your shot. Needs a little bit time of adjustment. And the other thing is the drift. I've never played in a hall with so much drift. It was insane. On one side, when you played with the drift, like, you only had to hit the shuttle with a little bit of power, and it was already going like super fast. And on the other side, it was the exact opposite. When you were playing against the drift, you had to hit the shuttle so much to get a little bit of length. It's actually super weird when you switch ends. I mean, I guess when you're not used to it. For me, it was super weird. So I started in my third match on the side against the drift. So I hit every shuttle really hard. And when we switched ends, I played so many shots, like too long. And also there was sideways drift, which made it even more difficult, because one time when you played, I don't know, from right to left, the shuttle was going super fast, but when you played left to right, the shuttle was going really slow. So it's not just about who's the better badminton player, it's also who's like able to control the drift better. I don't know whether you watch professional badminton, but you hear that a lot in those videos. And of course you can argue that it's part of being a good badminton player or being the better badminton player. If you're not used to it like me, like we don't have those conditions usually in tournaments or at tournaments in Germany, going to such a venue to play, yeah, makes a bit difference or is a big disadvantage. But on the other hand, it's also super fun playing in such a big venue. It gives you, like, I'm an amateur badminton player, but it felt so, like, I felt like a professional. That was super fun. Looking forward to play again at such a tournament. What did the match timings look like? So usually you got the schedule for the next day, the previous night. And we tried to start our journey around 2 hours before my match was scheduled. So if my match was scheduled for 1 p.m., for example, we started looking for a bolt around 11 a.m. And depending on the traffic and how long it took for the ball to arrive at the hotel, we were at the hall around 1 hour and 30 minutes before my match was scheduled. Yeah, and first we were watching some matches for some like 20-30 minutes, something like that. And then we went to the warm-up hall. In the warm-up hall there were like 3 courts, so you were also able to warm up on court, which was nice. And they call you to the assembly point around 50 minutes before your match was scheduled. At the assembly point you meet with the referees and your opponent or your opponents, and then you go on court with the referees. You're not allowed to go on court on your own when your match is announced. You always have to go with the referees, and also once your match ended, you have to go off court with the referees. Alright, that's it for this video. Hopefully you had fun with it and it was a little bit informative. Let me know in the comments whether you like these kind of Q&A videos. And yeah, there's not much more to say for now then. Please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. This is Saruul Badminton, and see you in the next one.